Hey, this is Russ. Hey, I just wanted to give you guys an update on how my procedure went on Friday. So on Friday, I had a colonoscopy, and this was actually the third colonoscopy that I've gone through since doing colonoscopies. I mentioned before, too, on my first colonoscopy that I actually woke up in the middle of the procedure, and I was just kind of watching the doctor do his thing. But this time I did not wake up through the procedure. Now, let me tell you a little bit about things that happened that day. Now, I've been waiting. I was gonna do a video on Monday, but then I've been waiting for test results to see if anything came back negative. And no, I haven't heard anything at all. But I didn't want to wait any longer on this video. So I had one polyp that was found in the colon that was all the way in the back end, all the way up to the tail end of the thing. And apparently this is the same area that I had one or two last time 5 years ago. And this is the reason why I do this every 5 years. If they find something there, whether it tests positive or it doesn't, they usually ask you to come back every 5 years to have another colonoscopy done. So no big deal. I don't really mind it. It's not a real big deal. So, anyways, on Friday, well, let me start out. On Thursday, okay, the day before the exam, that's probably the toughest part of the entire colonoscopy thing. You have to take that soup prep stuff to kind of make you go. And believe me, you will go. It's 16 ounces of that fluid after you pour the bottles in and bring the level up to 16 ounces with water, and you got to drink that whole thing. Okay, it kind of tasted like cherry medicine, if you know what I mean. and so you drink the whole thing, but you have to drink 2 more 16 ounces of water. So really, you're not just drinking 16 ounces; you're just drinking 16 ounces times 3. And those 2 other straight waters you have to drink within 2 hours. So you're kind of waterlogged, okay? And you got to expel that somehow. So that's coming out of where. So yeah, it's not diarrhea, but it's straight water coming out of you. All right, and you're supposed to monitor how that's happening and what color it is and everything. And the proper answer is it's got to be yellow. Yeah, a little too much information, I know. But it is something you will go through if you do a colonoscopy. So anyways, I did that, finished it off on Thursday, and then that's around 6 p.m. And you don't get to eat a whole lot. I was just drinking chicken bouillon and also had some lemon jello. That's it for the whole day. Then the next day when you wake up, you can't eat anything until your procedure. My procedure was set for 2:30, although they did move it up a little bit. So I was started out, I think around 2:15, I think something like that. 2 o'clock or 2:15, something like that. They pushed it up. And you have to take the soup prep again in the morning. So at 8 a.m., I took it again. So it's not a one-time deal. You got to do it twice. And that's the tough thing to do. All right. So after they did the exam, actually let me say this: when they're getting you ready for the exam, they put an IV in you, and nurses have told me in the past that I have very tough skin, so it's very difficult for them to get that needle through my skin, which is, I guess, a good thing. You don't want thin skin if you have an option. So they always have a hard time. So instead of putting it, a lot of times they put it right here by your wrist. They put it right here on the back of my hand, and that's thinner skin, so they are able to get through to that. I think I don't like that the most. I'm not a fan of having an IV put into me, but every time you go for any procedure, they got to do that, and that's where the administration of the anesthesia is going to happen, right? They got to go through that IV to do that. So anyways, the doctor came in for the anesthesia. He came to talk to me. He's an older Indian gentleman. And we were kind of joking around, and nice guy. I really liked him. And then the doctor himself is also an Indian guy, young guy. I think he's been with the hospital maybe 6 or 8 years, something like that. So, and then we had 3 nurses in the room with us. So total of 5 people in there besides me. So anyways, I'm talking to them, and I'm usually joking around and joking with the nurses and the doctors, and anyways, usually they count you down. They says, okay, I'm gonna put you under and stuff, and then the next thing you know, you're out. Okay, but this doctor didn't say that. He I reminded him that I woke up in the middle of the procedure. He goes, oh, we'll make sure you don't wake up. And so anyways, I'm looking at the monitor, and they have nice monitors now. Those monitors are big and high resolution compared to what I saw 5 years ago. And I remember laying there and just looking at this thing, and I felt myself going under. I says, okay, I'm going to be out in a minute. And the next thing you knew, I was waking up. So I did not wake up in the middle of it. Now, during the procedure, they always have a blood pressure cuff on you. It's on my left arm. I'm going to show you a picture of it here. You can see what happens to my arm. It was so tight, it was giving me bruises. Now, this happens to me all the time, okay? It's not a isolated incident, so I'm not surprised. And it looks bad, but in reality, it's mostly gone by now. And you're talking Friday, today is what, Tuesday? So it's mostly gone, but you can still kind of see it. It eventually goes away, but, it hurts, while you're going under. And I remember mentioning that the cuff was a little tight, and there's not much they can do. They have to keep doing it. So you're going to come out bruised, and that's the deal. So the doctor came back after I woke up. He says, you have one polyp. It was found in the same general region as the last times. We'll send it into the lab and then contact you if there's anything that's bad about it. So far, I haven't heard back anything. And I think by now I would have had at least something that said, yes, you've got cancer, or no, you don't. But having heard nothing, I'm going to assume that means probably not. All right. So he says, if there's nothing, you can come back in 10 years. If there's something, you'll have to be back in at least 5. So last time they made me come back after 5 years, even though there was nothing then at that point either. So I don't know. We'll see. 5 years from now, if I get another thing that says, hey, you got to come back in, we'll know why. Okay. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to report, but at least I wanted to at least let you guys know, what the results were. Now, here's something you want to do. On Saturday, it will be 1 year since I've had my knee replacement. And of course, I have to do a 1-year anniversary video. And I think a lot of people have been waiting to hear, have I finally said this was worth it for me to do, or was it not worth it? And what have I learned in 1 year of knee replacement? So I will probably release that on Friday rather than Saturday. I think it's just a little easier for people. Sometimes they see it on Friday, and then by Saturday they watch the video. I don't know. So I'll make the video and then release it on Friday. So you want to watch that definitely this Friday, because I will let you know all the things that I have learned so far, my feelings on knee replacement in general, and my feelings on my own knee replacement, whether it was worth the while or whether it was not, okay? And some of you might know what I'm going to say, and some of you are probably guessing, yeah, it was worth it. Yeah, he's getting better, and he's... And then others might think, yeah, he's not going to say he liked it. So we'll see. And I'll show you a couple photos of what the knee currently looks like. So stay tuned and watch me on Friday. Sometime on Friday, I will release that video, okay? Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share button, all those buttons, and I will talk to you guys on Friday.